WWE fans, welcome to the Backstage Jabronis. He's Daniel Snyder. I'm Jeremy York. We are the tag team champions of all things WWE media. Don't believe us, just ask us, or Bleacher Report, or half a dozen of them. All the media outlets say we're the best. We're definitely better than
Speaking,
the Father Son Wrestling podcast
spe-
and all those too.
we are numero uno. Trying to
Also, how
find
are
it.
you?
Man, I'm always good. And speaking of the tag team champions of everything,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I
Good.
picked these up. Oh, I will be sending one to you. Oh, can you see them? Trying to see. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
These, there's one of each. They say the tag team champions. I'm going to put mine on to show it is
So
a ring.
there's really a part of me that hopes it fits the pinky.
It's a Yeah, you're right. Let me be politically correct.
Oh,
It is a
yeah,
it
look at
is a
that.
tag team champion. I'm gonna send you yours so that way we can rock our tag team championship rings. We have four more. They don't say tag team, they say different things. We had might as well touch on this since we opened it, or since
Yeah,
I opened up with it.
yeah.
Um, I'm going to be if you hold in the pickums, if the main belt, I'm thinking if you hold on to the belt for three consecutive PLE/main events,
So three
then I'll
title
send you one.
defenses. Three title defenses.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. I
that's
feel
what
like that's
I was
hard. And
going to
I feel like you
clarify.
deserve one.
Does that mean you win it and then two defenses, or that's three defenses? So technically four wins.
Back to back to back. Win it. Well, no, win it and then two defenses. You have
Okay,
to have the
okay. So
title.
three
So
wins.
that's what I'll do. Win it in two defenses. Yeah. So, I mean,
Okay,
technically, Kilo started off, he has it now. If he wins Sunday night's main event and then Money in the Bank, which is the next two, he will
which
be
I doubt he
getting one
does.
sent to him. I doubt it as well.
As, as much of a chaos as that thing has turned into,
Man,
you
as
may
much
have
as
those for a long time.
it might end up turning to 1-1, to be honest with you,
It
win
might
it
just
and then
have to be
keep it
like
for
a
one.
live draw out of a hat.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, there's so much going on right now.
Oh yeah.
We skipped last week. Well, I wasn't able to
All
make
right.
it
Well,
work.
let me clarify because people want to know why we didn't do a show last week, and it's really pretty simple. A lot of people are trying to blame Daniel on this, and what it was that a lot of people said Daniel has not paid his dues in order to be here and everything, and I said first off, as long as he's been friends with me and he considers himself a friend of mine and I consider him a friend of mine as well, that's enough. Any kind of dues you should have to pay in society is saying that you're my friend. That's enough right there. But they didn't seem to take that as enough. So in Boston Tea Party style, because we are very colonial, we took all the chairs in the building and threw them in a nearby creek. And so basically, we both got suspended last week, and we're just now back.
Well, there you go. There you go.
I stand behind my part, or I stand beside my partner. He stands beside me, and luckily they're not making us pay for any of the chairs because apparently they weren't damaged in the creek or
Well, I
lake or
heard
whatever.
they ended up using them. They ended up going down ended up floating down a little bit, and they turned into lawn chairs.
Oh, there you go, there you go. So you're welcome.
Yeah. Apparently, I'm not the only one that's getting in trouble for not paying his dues, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, I understand the whole scenario a little bit. I do. I also um, feel like AJ should have just let them complain, let them say whatever. He fed into them by responding, because regardless of what's said, his son's going to look like he's being pampered, no matter what.
Sure,
So,
but he's not the only one.
No, because I mean, I can speak from my own personal um experience that the people that took the ring down and put the chairs up at the event that I went to was none of the wrestlers. Not only AJ's son, but none of them. It was the two guys staying in the corner watching the entire show from the outskirts of the ring.
Part of security.
Um,
Those two young
the
gentlemen
the
are training.
security.
Correct. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're luckily training to be better wrestlers than they are security personnel. But once again, they're not really paid to be security personnel. They're working to be paid to be. Yeah, a lot of places have ring crews. A lot of the shows I go to have their crew of people that tear it down and set it up. So if some of the wrestlers decide to help out, or sometimes they'll go, "Hey, anybody mind helping them out?" Some of them pitch in and do it, but it's not a given nowadays. Most of the time, the
Yeah.
talent are the talent, and the ring crew's the ring crew.
Well, I mean, and once again, I hate to say this, but it is what it is, man. Um, AJ's son is getting to enjoy the fruits of what his dad laid.
Sure.
That I mean, his dad did have to do all that, and I think a lot of us. I don't have any kids. I don't think you do either. Neither of us have kids, but I do know our parents did everything they could to keep us from having to pay the dues that they had to pay. Is that not
Yeah.
what our parents or what you guys as parents are supposed to do? Aren't you supposed to go? Didn't you go out there and grind your whole life as your child grew up so that when your child got your age that they wouldn't have to get out there and grind like you had to?
I mean, we do it for our nieces and nephews. I mean, we do it for other people in general, even
Yes.
people we're not related to. You try to go out and make the world a better place to make it better for the people behind you. So, yeah, I don't have a problem with it. It seems like the only person that has a problem with it is a particular indie wrestler who I am
It,
aware of. I've been following him for years, but he's not getting any publicity here unless he wants to reach out and come on and talk about it. But
it was a
he seems
couple
to be
of
the
them
only one
that
upset by it.
there was a couple of them, but that's neither. Once again, that's neither here nor there.
No.
Um, we can get to the. We did miss two Raws ago, where we got two Raws to talk about, and we got two SmackDowns to talk about. Do you want to talk about the first Raw and then the first SmackDown, and you want to talk about the first Raw and the second Raw and then the first SmackDown and second SmackDown? Because they didn't interact with each other in any way, so we could talk about
Yeah.
however you want to do it.
It's up to you. We'll either do all Raw and then all SmackDown, or all SmackDown and then all Raw. Because
Because
yeah, I think it's
they didn't interact with each other, so it's okay, right?
not really. No.
Okay, we do Raw.
Okay.
Um, the couple Raws ago started off with Solo coming out saying what he said, and then Jimmy coming out, and they had a little going back and forth. And Jimmy said
Solo,
that
by the way, Solo. Just
that
I
whole
said he. The
everybody okay
you
behind
see
me?
that? Yeah, you see that, bro? You see that dodging those bullets, those verbal bullets you're throwing at me? I'm
Pew
dodging them. I
pew
got it.
pew pew.
You gotta imagine he's done that to Jimmy and Jay his whole life. He's been a little brother that just pesters the crap out of them, and they're just looking like. Bad thing is now he's getting paid to do it, and we gotta sit here and take it. We can't go up there and just stomp him like we normally do.
But I mean, it's I'm loving what they and let's I watch a lot of little wrestling stuff about stuff throughout the weeks. And something somebody brought up, and I forgot about this because it was so long ago. Right before Roman disappeared, before he lost his title and he disappeared, he had Jimmy and Solo, and I don't know if Jay was there, but he was in the middle of the ring and he was talking about how he's one day he's going to hand over the reins to the next one, the prince of the and all this stuff. And Jimmy was getting excited. Jimmy's like, heck yeah, he's about to say me. And he turned and he said, "You Solo, you're going to be taking over the reins." So technically, this has been an ongoing thing for about 4 years. And Solo's just like now. Solo's like, I don't want nothing to do with the bloodline. You can have it. Y'all just leave me alone. But they couldn't leave well enough alone, and Later on that
No,
night, Jimmy did end up beating Solo, and in the next
it was
week he would deliver
Jay beat
Solo.
Solo.
But we'll get to that when we get there.
Let's say let's stick with this storyline and ride it all the way through, because if not, it's
Okay,
going to be a
okay.
proper. So let's just so like you said, this led to a match that was set up by that opening segment. LA Knight intertwined with him a little bit. Jacob Fatu in through the night too. So there we got to throw all the pieces in. But this led to Jay versus Solo. Jimmy was down there. Jay does get the win, because what it was if Jay wins, Solo gets delivered to Roman Reigns. If Solo wins, they leave him the heck alone. Unfortunately, and what made the most sense was that Solo did not win, and we'll get to that part next, where Jay was overly excited for a long time to deliver Solo to Roman.
You know, SmackDown and Raw have been really, really good these last, I'm gonna say these last couple months. Really, this last month, there's times when stuff starts falling off, and you're like, it's not too much. But both of them have like 2 or 3 storylines that's being written well, that's being played out well, and I'm worried a little bit because do you guys have this is story A. Story A is going to run its course. Do you have story B ready for when story A ends?
By the way, the
And
Bloodline story has been going for 7 years now. Did I get that right? 7 or 8?
Yeah, it was going before COVID. So
Right before COVID.
was it right before COVID?
Or was it? No, because Roman disappeared because of his
So it was
leukemia and everything
so it's been
during
going
COVID.
about since 2020. So it's been about 6 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man, that we live in a time where we can base stuff off of when a crazy virus just wrecked the world and
Oh yeah.
shut everything down. Um, so, um, I mean, let's go ahead and talk about something else because I've been calling this now for about 4 or 5 months. If we're going to talk about the bloodline, let's talk about the
I was about to say
bloodline.
we can't forget the last family member for now has finally shown up, but it was NXT, and you don't watch NXT, but you should, if at the very least, go watch that clip. It's
I've
beautiful
been
how he
watching.
did it.
That's how I
He
knew. I mean, I've
interrupted
been
the main
watching.
event. It was the main event between Grayson Waller and Cruz Montana, who
Which
is
he used to
Mike
be.
Santana. Mike
Yes,
Santana. And Tony D'Angelo, who is the current
is the
champion, is down
champion.
at ringside. So this is
Yep.
for the number one contendership. And right as this thing gets to a climax, the way they're shooting, I can see somebody flying down the steps in the crowd behind it. And as soon as I even remotely saw a shoe come into view, I said, there's Zilla. And Zilla Fatu, I don't know if they're going to let him keep that name or move it around because
They are.
they're going to let him keep it. I haven't
Yeah.
seen this week's show, so I don't know.
He's been
But
Zilla.
yeah,
They
Zilla
said
Fatu
Zilla.
came and wrecked the main event and stared at Tony D, and he said, he didn't say I'm coming for you. He didn't say I'm here. He said you got what I want, meaning the belt.
And they accidentally called Santana Mike Santana a couple times.
They have
And I mean I understand why they changed the names is for so that they can make money off of them.
control. Yep,
But
he chose that
let's
name though.
not forget who these folks are. But yeah, Zilla, welcome to the WWE, Zilla. I've only been calling for you to come now for about 6 months.
It might be close to 6.
And yeah, and then I stopped talking about it. I was like, you know what? I'm tired of call. And then he shows up.
But I told you a couple of weeks ago he dropped his it's like House of Glory or something. He dropped that belt to the Amazing Red. And when he dropped that belt, I said he must be on his way, because that was one of the last footholds he really had, that he had to get it out of the way.
So okay. So I mean, we touched on the whole Zilla thing. Do you want to continue to flow with the Raw for the the whole storyline of Solo and whatnot? Okay.
Yeah, let's say
So
we'll ride the storyline all the way through.
so on Monday, you had this past Monday, you had Jimmy and Jay show up, and I haven't seen them this happy in I don't know how long. They had a little brother come out, and they're doing the whole pew 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 pew. They're having their good time. They come across LA, and LA is just like, I can't believe this shit, you know. And they eventually get to the ring,
They do.
and it's a whole Solo's not wanting to acknowledge or even do it, and Jacob Fatu puts his hands on him, and Roman stops him after putting his hands. He's like, "Hey, stop, stop." Um, Solo gets up, and it's a whole little confrontation. Then we hear, yeah, his music.
Yep.
He comes out, and there's a whole little thing there, and in the process, Jacob Fatu jumps on LA Knight. Roman stops that. Now, this might, in the long term, end up blowing up in Roman's face because
Maybe.
it did in the short term. It blew up in his face in the short term. In the long
Oh
term,
yeah.
it's going to too. And I'm gonna get to that, which I'm pretty sure you kind of probably see it coming too. But so they're holding LA, and that's when Solo does what Solo does, which push him into stardom. He spikes. He's over there saying, I'm sorry to LA, and then he spikes Roman, and he just together they beat him down, and Jacob is over there in the corner just watching. He's like, "Hey, you told me to stop. I stopped." Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what a great, like I said, what a great storyline they're doing. This is beautiful what they're doing.
Oh
I
yeah.
was low key worried when Solo lost. I understood that it had to happen, but I mean, for the story. But I was like, man, I hope they're not going to do to Solo what they did to Jacob, and
Yeah.
which has
I was
slowed
hoping
Jacob.
the same thing.
Yes, which has slowed Jacob down a little bit, but they've also at the same time they've kept him going a little bit too by making him the enforcer. Um, I'm seeing. I'm confused on that.
I was replying.
Oh,
I
oh,
just
oh, to
saw
my
it just
message.
came across. I was like,
Hmm. I thought I had said a word. Um, um, but yeah, it's eventually going to be Jacob joining with Solo,
maybe.
and then Zilla, Jacob, and Solo versus the Usos and Roman.
Because I'm gonna intertwine technically three storylines into one here, just because I think this might be the moment to bring this up. Next year's WrestleMania. Who would you rather Roman's opponent be if they build it up right either way? Would you rather have Obafemi or Braun Breaker? Right now, you whichever one it
Right,
is, you have to
right
set
now,
that person on the path right now to get there.
I'd say right now Oba, because Braun has lost so much steam, but he
Yeah, but
could
we'll
get
get to
it.
him in a minute. The last couple of weeks, this is the Braun that I know. This is the one I
Yes,
like.
that's what I'm saying. We could get it back, but here's the thing.
To be
I
honest,
don't, I don't.
I think I would rather see Roman versus Braun, and that's nothing personal on Oba. Just the matchup, it's going to be way more athletic. I think I'm going to enjoy the match more.
But there's so much. It's so you got to do so much more to get Braun to that than you do Oba. It's
Yeah,
remember
but you don't
storyline
have
wise.
to help Braun that much. Braun knows what he needs to do.
I'm talking
Oba,
about
you kind of have to
storyline
go,
wise.
okay, do this, okay, do this, okay, do this, and it's not personal because either one of them would be great. I'm not trying to dog Oba here. I'm just saying if they start setting the wheels in motion, that by WrestleMania, Braun Breaker and potentially Dom Mysterio are back towards the top where they were, it wouldn't surprise me, and I kind of look forward to it. But they've got to
Well, I'm just
start
saying,
now because there's barely enough time to get it going.
yeah, storyline wise, it would make zero sense. That's why I'm saying there's so much more to do to get Bron there than it is to get Oba there. Storyline wise, Oba's already in the position where he could go against him and it wouldn't be crazy. Braun and Roman aren't really
Oh,
even
yeah.
looking at each other. They're
Not
not
yet.
even like they're both heels. And Roman is becoming a heel. Roman, even though people like to do this. People just like to stand there and do this.
People, look, fans, we love you guys, but wrestling crowds will chant anything you ask them to, and they will do any motion they think makes them look cool. I'm right with you. I love doing this too. There are times I will walk into public, and if I know somebody knows what it is, I throw it in the air because I know they'll do it. In the same way, I'm not a Falcons fan. You're not a Falcons fan. I love to walk through Atlanta and say "Rise Up" to see how many people say it back.
I'll never
It's a
say
fun
it.
thing to do.
I'll never say it. That's just me. I hate the
It's
Falcons.
okay. I don't think they're ever going to do it. So
Nah, they're not. They don't have wings. So that's why I'm saying as of right now, Oba versus Roman makes the most sense. But I wouldn't be surprised if Roman's not in this position anymore come WrestleMania.
I don't
Oba
know.
versus Roman might.
I feel like I don't know how long Roman's going to stick around. I hope he sticks around a lot longer, just because I really a really big fan of his. But if you told me that he was going to start dialing back even more, or bowing out, or potentially be done at this WrestleMania, it would make a lot of sense to me. Like, make one solid, strong run, and then him go, cool, see ya.
Kind of like he did when he lost the title first time to Cody.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Roman lose the belt at the Royal Rumble against Oba. Because we already know the Oba versus Braun is not going to be a multi-week thing. But I will say this. It's leading up to a Oba versus Bronson Reed, who is going to make his return here in the next couple weeks.
Have you seen him, by the way?
Bruh, yes.
He looks
Yes.
completely different.
Lost weight, but he's still a monster.
Yeah. Here's the thing, too. The thing you run into with Roman is Roman and Oba have similar problems for different reasons, though. Oba is not strong enough on the microphone to carry a feud by himself. And
That's why Paul's been coming around.
Roman is not there enough to carry it on a week-to-week basis. So it's hard to pair them up. Like you said,
What?
Paul, you need something to continue it to go.
I will say this.
One's not there enough, and the other one's not quite there on the mic yet, so it's hard for them to control that feud.
I might have to disagree with you on that, because Oba's the one that kept him and Brock Lesnar one hot when Brock wasn't coming to every single week.
Him and Paul. Paul was there.
Yeah. But so I'm saying, so I mean, he's not going to see Roman anytime soon. Him and Braun Breaker, we know is going to go at least 2 more weeks till Sunday night's main event, which is being held here in Atlanta. You know what? Let's talk on that right quick. I was like, don't care about going to the main event. It's going to be what it's going to be. There hasn't been a PLE card that wasn't a main card that's looked as good as this Sunday night's main event's going to look.
Oh yeah, this is SummerSlam Royal Rumble quality.
Yes, they only have 2 matches with a possible third. I wasn't sure if Trick versus Baron, was announced for that one, or if it's being announced for next Friday.
I think it's next Friday.
Yeah, but I think there's only 2 matches so far. I do believe that one of the matches that will end up getting added will be Paige and Tiffany or Paige going against that one girl for the United States title. Um, that's
JC James.
that's going to be in it. Yeah, JC. That's going. I feel like that's going to be in added to
And that'll
the
be good.
show. It will, but we've got Braun and Oba, and we got Cody and Randy, which we'll get to that as well. This Braun and Oba thing started just by looking at each other.
A lot of people like to stare down Oba. Most of the time, he doesn't give them any time of day outside of Brock.
Braun's
But
got
this
a
time,
legit stare down.
Braun just, yeah, the way he can glare at you like that, all of a sudden Oba's like, well, you got my attention. They had such a conversation without saying a word.
Yes. And there's jealousy there.
It
Braun
is.
Breaker's like, so you think he's the future? Asking Paul this, and Paul said, that's what Brock Lesnar said.
But he keeps
So,
asking me, he said, what do you think?
yes, yes.
And Paul won't
So I mean,
answer him.
I'm wondering where they're going with this, but I feel like Brunson's gonna help Braun win. When Brunson's return is gonna lead to a Braun win, but we'll worry about that when we get there. Because here's the thing.
Maybe.
You've already took too much steam from Braun Breaker. You've took it. Like he's just now starting to build it up.
He got hurt.
Yes, but I'm saying
Same thing with Dom, and we'll get to Dom in a minute because my
yeah.
goodness, he has taken more L's than I don't know the Arizona Cardinals or something. It's ridiculous.
um
Football season, folks. We're gonna have some zingers.
yes, we are. Um yeah, more L's than Cardinals quarterbacks. Who's it? Who is it? Not the Browns quarterbacks, but
All
they
seven of them.
can't. Yeah. Um, but he lost his steam, and they're trying to build him back up. You can't have him go against Oba. Oba can
Not straight
lose.
up.
Yeah, Oba can lose if Bronson helps, and it won't hurt neither one of them. It'll help Braun, and it'll kind of make still look Oba look legit, and then that will start the war between Oba and Bronson, which will really be
Yeah,
interesting, and that'll get
because
us.
yeah, it's way too early to put to put Oba and Roman together. So you got to do something to build him up to that. You got to give him something to do until that time.
And do you do that him versus Roman at Survivor Series, or is Roman going to be involved in the War Games?
I don't think Roman's going to be in War Games.
Or let's say Roman is in War Games. You got Roman, you got Jimmy and Jay, and you got Jacob going against Solo, LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to see Royce Keys in there, but he's going to be. I'm kind of getting
Maybe.
tired. I'm getting tired of him, and I
Um,
understand kind of where the story goes, but I don't like it. And I feel like why not the fourth one be Oba
maybe.
or Zilla? Fuck it, let's call him
Nah.
up.
Nah.
He's
He
going to be
needs
down there
to.
for about a year.
That's not a bad number. I would say minimum 8 months.
Yeah, because people got to remember Zilla's only been doing this for 3 years. This man hasn't been wrestling for 5 to 10 years like everybody else.
Nope.
So,
He and Jacob have very similar paths. The only difference was Jacob wrestled a little bit more on the indie scene before he got the call up
Jacob's older
over here.
as well.
Yeah. Jacob, I think, is early 30s, maybe mid 30s.
Yeah, I was watching an interview with him, and he said the only person that scares him is his uncle Haku. And he said he remembers that his dad would tell him something, and those that don't know, Jacob's dad is Fatu. No, is the Thomas the Tom? Well, how's it go? Tonga Kid was
Tonga
his
kid.
Jacob's dad.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, can I get this shit out? Tonga Kid was Jacob's dad. So I mean, they've all been around each other their whole life. What happened?
Jacob Fatu, 34 years old.
Where Zilla's like maybe 26, 27 at the oldest.
think you said 27. I'll go 28, but I do think it's 27. He's 26.
That's why I was like 26, 27. Yeah, so because he said he's only been doing it for 3 years. I figured he'd start around 22, 23. Um,
He
so
would have started earlier, but A, he didn't really think he wanted to be a wrestler, and B, he was
in the
kind of
street.
being held back by some chains and things.
Yeah. So the we talked about the solo storyline.
Yep.
Um, is this going to lead to a match at Sunday night's main event?
I think it could. I think we could see maybe LA Knight and Solo versus the Usos, something like that.
I could see that.
That's
Another
a good safe one to stick in the middle of the card maybe, and
another great match.
with Jacob at ringside, because Roman's like, I ain't going to Atlanta. Why do you think I go to Atlanta? Jacob, go watch them. You go down there.
So okay, we can go on to, and we talked about the Vision, what they got going on. They really don't have anything going on outside of the Braun Breaker and Oba. They got
Well, they
some other
need
stuff, but
Bronson to come back, and they need Logan to heal up from his arm injury. Because right now, the best thing they have going is what Braun's doing, which is up here, and then the Maxine
Maxine.
Dupree Austin Theory thing, which is a good way if they were going to split off. I don't think they will. I think we're going to see a revision of the Vision. I think Braun at some point is going to go solo and go back to doing what he's doing, and they're either going to have a maybe Theory's the leader or so. I don't know. I like Austin Theory a lot, but his former tag partner Grayson Waller said a lot of things that make a lot of sense when he dropped quite a few pipe bombs in NXT a couple weeks ago.
Hey, hey, he was handpicked by Austin Theory was handpicked by Vince McMahon, as was
So
as was somebody that I feel like we're going to be seeing make a comeback, Drew
Drew McIntyre,
McIntyre.
yeah, I
I
think
feel
so
like
too.
we're going to be seeing him here in the next couple weeks, and which to me, you know what, we'll worry about SmackDown when we get there.
Yeah,
So we can talk about the Judgment Day. What do they got going on through that Raw stuff?
uh,
Um,
Dom spends a lot of time on his back.
yes, yes, and not the good part.
No,
Liv has been having issues with Becky and with Stephanie Valkyr. I'm not sure what direction they're going with this. Are they going to put the belt back on Stephanie, or are they going to put it on Becky, or
the
are they going to
problem
let Liv
is,
keep it?
yeah, there's that too. I actually think the best part of the Judgment Day, as far as what's going on positively, is the women. I could see the three of them splitting off or kicking the other two out. I could see a split between Dom, just that they kind of need to split that anyway, because it's not benefiting JD or Dom at all to be in the Judgment Day, and it seems like all the benefits are going to the women. I could see that split. I think it would make a lot more sense, and they got to do something to fix Dom. I don't know if you need to use JD to do that or not, but yeah, that's I mean, at this point, just to help this person out too, I would almost put Damian Priest back in it, because at least he was a really good leader for him.
What's happened to Danhausen? Because after that little battle with um
Yeah, because
Dom, he hasn't been on TV for a couple weeks.
no, he wasn't last or this past week. Um,
I don't
he
remember seeing him
was,
the week.
he was, he was on a backstage segment with Sol Ruka and Byron Saxton.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And
They're
had
just,
I not looked back at the notes, I would have probably said I don't remember seeing it, but I
there you
remember
go.
that segment now. Sol was talking to
Yes.
Byron. and then he just mysteriously shows up and Solo just like, he's weird, and walked off.
Yeah. And that's somebody else. So Ruka, what she needs to do is come up with a new finisher.
Yes.
If she comes up with a new finisher, I feel like she could go back to Rising again. But it's her fudging that finisher so many times, and that's the move that you use to end the match. So come up with a new
It's so
finisher.
hard to do.
She's got the it's really hard to do. It's like so much stuff you have to depend on. Like your opponent's got to be in the right place. You got to make sure you do a complete turn without hitting anything. It's just so much to worry about. Why do that to yourself? It looks beautiful. Maybe be something that you pull out every now and then, maybe in big matches.
Yeah.
But yeah, come up with a different finisher.
I'm trying to come up with something good because she's tall, so you can't do just anything. Like I would
do a moonsault off the top or something. Like do
Tiffy already does that.
Okay.
They have similar backgrounds. It's just Tiffany's not as tall as she is, but they have very similar gymnastic backgrounds. But I mean, what? Okay, so your opponent's like bent over, right? Like they were going to look at their shoes or something, right?
All right.
And you run and do the flip neck breaker that Johnny Nitro used to do. She could do that because then you're still being athletic. You're still doing it's far enough away from the natural selection, which is when you're seated over the back thing that Charlotte does. But it's something she could do. She could do it out of nowhere to absolutely anybody. She's still being athletic the way she wants to be, and you don't have to hit it perfect every time.
Yeah. Hey, there you go.
There you go, WWE. And here's my small soapbox about Sunday Night Main Event. I do not plan to be in attendance. I have nothing against it. It would be fun to go. A lot of reasons doesn't really add up. WWE, it can add up. If you truly want two people that are big fans of your product and come on every week and talk about the good, the bad, and the really good of your product. If you want the Backstage Jabronis to actually be there, find us. I'll find some way to cut up this clip too. It's like, no, if you really want people that are trying to help your product there, we're right here.
You got to come up with some reasonably prices too. So here's the thing. Yes. So I did actually look at before I did look at the price of the tickets, because I was talking to the wife and I was like, hey, they got this. I don't know how I feel about it. The main events haven't been that great for a minute. And the prices for the tickets were ridiculous. And so this also happened.
It's like $100 to sit like up here where this light bar is.
Yeah, in order to sit right behind you, which I sit on the floor. That's just me. I'm going to sit on the floor if I go somewhere.
I used to.
Well, when I went to WrestleMania, I wasn't directly on the floor, but if you go up one, I was in the first row. And the only reason I was in the first row up one is because the year before we went to the Royal Rumble and we were on the floor 6 rows from the ring. And my wife said, I like being down here, but I can't see anything because I'm short and everybody's standing up. And I was like, dang, I forgot, because she's like 5'2", I'm 6'1". I don't have an issue. I can stand up and I'm able to look. She's standing on the chair. So that was the issue of why we bought the tickets that we bought for WrestleMania. Now, my Royal Rumble tickets for the floor 6 rows from the front, this was back when Edge made his return, came back from a neck injury. And which is crazy because the WrestleMania I went to happened to be his last match. Is when he got hurt, and it was against Alberto Del Rio. But that's neither here nor there. The tickets I remember for Royal Rumble were $400 each, and for WrestleMania was about $350 each. Which to me, I thought those were great tickets. It might have been $450 for WrestleMania. They were great priced.
Here is where that will get you right now.
If you're lucky.
Sunday night main event.
If you're
Right here.
lucky. My
Yes.
tickets to
The
Royal
last
Rumble
row.
right now. So I'm saying my tickets right now to the Royal Rumble would cost you $1,400 each. That ticket for that Sunday nights. And when I say to Rumble, the seats that right there on the floor, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm
So
not
you want to make a
spending.
house payment, or you want to lose your house because you went to this?
Yes, that's what it comes down to. So also something happened. Like I said, we're getting a little way, but something happened where I noticed where October 23rd, which is a month and a half later, the 49ers will be coming into town to play the Falcons. And
So the 49ers will be having an exhibition that day. That's what you're saying?
yeah, yes, I hope.
I say that
Now
knowing I'm a person who hosts a Falcon show, and it's going to be an exhibition.
I've been married 22 years. We've been together 27. Um, I've been able to stay married that long because I say, "Hey, Tiffany, how much money am I allowed to spend on stuff that we go to?"
You're right.
Because
That's not a bad.
yeah, yes, that's
Maybe I
ask
should
ask
follow
for
that more.
permission when it comes to spending money. So I asked her. I said, "Hey, I'd rather go to this 49er game because it happens once every 4 to 6 years. The 49ers
40.
come here, yeah."
Oh,
And
they
I
come
said,
here.
"I'd
Yeah,
love
yeah,
to." Yeah, and I said, "I'd love to go to the game because we went to it last time." And I want to have good seats, which we had last time. And she gave me permission to I can spend no more than $800 per ticket. So
you
we're
might.
gonna have
Heck, you might be on the sideline for that at a Falcon game.
you would be surprised because I was looking
I
in
probably would.
section 40. No, not row 40, but from the 40-yard line,
Mhm.
on the right side of the visitor, 6 rows up, 6 to 8 rows up was $1,200 a ticket.
Okay.
So, if you look a little bit further back, they had, like I say, about 4 or 5 rows back. You're looking at like $740 tickets. So I'm looking at those. I feel like the closer we get to the game, the prices will start to drop because some people's not buying them and people just want to get rid of the tickets. That's something I've learned from being a Braves fan. You're going to, if you want to go to a game, you just wait to the day of almost or the day before, and people trying to, because they can't go. And they'd rather make $100 or $200 on top of what they spent instead of $1,000 just to make sure they don't lose money off of it.
Yep.
But that's the whole thing. If you guys want to go to Sunday night's main event, don't pay your mortgage this month, and or WWE, invite us, man.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. We're right here. Invite us. I mean, more than likely, I know I'm not doing anything the next day because it's Labor Day. So the
I'll
next
be
day's
working, but I
open.
don't care.
It's like if you want us to hang around for the press
I can
conference
call out.
after, I'm a veteran of press conferences. I've been to all kinds of press conferences. Like they're fun. They're a lot of fun. I'm sure wrestling's even better. Like we're right here, WWE. Like for real. We're just merely invite us. That's all we're saying.
And you guys invited Big Cass back, and you did less with him. Which, speaking of which, since we're on the Monday night still, let's talk about how they've kind of dropped the ball with Big Cass.
I don't know who. Shout out Michael Hayes, who is probably the only person who come up with that finisher he uses now. And I'm a big Michael Hayes fan, but I don't know who come up with that. But that person needs to be like kicked in the nut thoroughly.
He needs to just do the big boot because he wears those
Big
big
boot, choke slam.
Timberlands.
He's a big guy. That's all you need to do.
Yes, and he's athletic. So, yeah, they're dropping. I don't like the whole thing that's going on with him and Javon.
Well, because they don't know what to do with Javon either.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They're really confused right now with it. As good as they are with a couple of these storylines, these other ones they're dropping the ball on.
Yes. Yeah. Just
But they are trying to rebuild the tag team
yeah.
division. They've put together Rusev and Ethan Page. That's obviously a tag team now.
Yeah.
And we're just talking about Raw. Actually, who else is on Raw as a tag team?
The Usos. Who are the tag champions?
Is there a Raw tag champion?
Yeah, it's the Vision.
Ah, that's right. They just don't never defend their titles.
Yeah. So then you got if you're going to talk about them, then you got the Alpha Academy of Otis, who's currently out, and Tozawa, who probably is now as well. So there's another team that they're not currently there. But yet
Yeah,
we couldn't. But yet we wanted the New Day to take a pay cut. I guess this is going to get us uninvited. We wanted the New Day to take a pay cut instead of making sure those guys retire as members of your organization.
I don't. I'm
And
not
who
getting
can
on that
carry the
soapbox.
entire division?
I'm not getting on that soapbox because this show we're trying to make 45 minutes. We're trying to cut down the shows a little bit, guys. We know we'll get off and on a tangent and go an hour and a
No.
half and
Yes, yes.
um
So should we just go to SmackDown then? Because we're probably at 30
is there
minutes
anything else to
already.
talk? Is there anything else to talk about Raw? I don't think so. I believe we talked about the main
all
and
right, I'll say the Luchador tournament has been every bit as fun as I thought it would be. It really looks like
yes,
it's
I
going to
forgot about
be
that.
Penta versus Ray Phoenix, which is fun because they're brothers and they don't face very much at all.
And
However,
it's also what we
seeing as
said.
how that would be awesome, I feel like Dragon Lee is going to beat Ray Phoenix, and it's going to be Dragon Lee and Penta, and Dragon Lee might win.
I like Dragon Lee though, dude.
Oh, I do, and he's like Ray's boy, so that's why I feel like that's the direction they're going to go, and they're going to use everybody else to make him look better.
Wouldn't that be a weird curveball if they put the title on Dragon Lee?
Oh, they're not going to, but
They're not
it
going
would
to
be.
at all. But that would be the biggest surprise of the year.
Yeah, outside of Danhausen, that would be the bigger surprise. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Actually would be even bigger surprise if they actually pushed LA Knight correctly and put the title on him. But
that
hey,
would be
that's
the biggest surprise. Yes.
yeah, because that means they're actually listening to the fans. But we can head over to SmackDown. I missed last week, but I watched this previous one, which was
Okay.
yesterday's. For those of y'all, we're filming on
For the most
Saturday.
part, if you saw last week, or if you saw last night, you
I
pretty
was
much
able to
caught.
do some catching up. Yeah, they
Yeah.
talked a lot about what happened. Um,
The
the
MFTs
whole
are your new tag champs, so congrats to them. And they had a title defense this week. Um, and it looks like, all right, the more important thing there is not only is Haku back, not only is he leading his sons, and I really, really like the way they're doing that. We're getting Shinsuke Nakamura back, and we're getting one of my absolute favorite New Japan stars. And he has a new name. I wrote it down.
Yakoa or some shit.
Kyoki or something like that.
Kyoki.
Kyoki.
Didn't
And I
I
haven't
didn't
looked
I
up to
call
see what
this
that means,
though?
but
Didn't I say this was going to be the tag team partner?
you said you had heard he might be coming over after that. Please do. He is one of the best and one of my favorites from over there.
I feel like the matches between those two tag teams are going to be ridiculous.
Oh, because they've been facing each other for the last 5 to 8 years.
So, once again, this is going to be my fault a little bit, us getting off tangent, because I watch a lot of wrestling stuff, guys. I watch a lot. I love wrestling. It goes for me. Baseball will always be my love. Wrestling is literally right below it, like an inch, and then football. I watch a lot of wrestling stuff, and I seen that every Japanese or Asian wrestler, even though I'm pretty sure they do that, you guys need to really thank the Great Muta, because what the Great Muta and Sting did in 1989, which introduced the United States to
Muda
Japanese wrestlers.
and Jushin Thunder Liger. Those are the two main ones.
Well, I feel like Juicin was
Muda
allowed to
was
come here
Muda first.
because of Muda. Muda allowed that. Like
And actually, Muda's
Muda
dad was
made that
really
happen.
tearing up. Muda's dad used to really tear some people up too, the Great Kabuki. But
Yes.
Muda's the one who kind of becoming even bigger than his dad.
Well, he wasn't really his real dad. It was just
I'm pretty sure it's his real dad.
it was created because what's his name? Who was the manager for the Great Muta and Terry Funk?
Jim Cornette, probably.
No. It's a white dude with a mustache. Now I gotta look it up, dude. I hope I don't.
I'm too busy looking up what Kyoki means. So
Yeah, look up Kyoki because I'm
it
curious
means,
why you do
means.
that.
Well, did you see the promo? They used what the word means a ton in that promo.
What's it mean?
Randy Savage would really enjoy Kyoki because it is madness or insanity. And they said
Oh.
madness half a dozen times in that promo.
Yes, they did.
What are we looking up, Muda?
Right. I'm looking up Great Muda's manager in WCW. If you can get to it before me, then by all means.
Gary Hart.
There you go, Gary Hart. Gary Hart was also the Great Kabuki's manager, and
Gary Hart a long time wrestling manager and persona.
yes, and so the Great Muda was the Black Ninja in one wrestling area. He was the ninja in another one, just a regular ninja. He wrestled under like a mask, and then when
Yeah.
he came when he got with Gary Hart, since Gary Hart used to be the Great Kabuki's manager, they wanted to run the storyline that this is his son, and that's why he is the Great Muda. But I mean, I thought that it said that he wasn't his son. It was just a storyline to make him, to have the reason for why Gary Hart was his manager in this. But I could be wrong. But I could have swore that's what they said.
I'm looking.
Okay.
It does say Greg Kabuki has 4 kids.
Because I feel like they're around the same age.
By the way, can I just say that I'm so glad that times have changed where an Asian wrestler doesn't have to be Black Ninja or have to be, really generic. Like you look back now and you're like, that was terrible. Like I'm glad he did something cool with it, but my goodness, just let him go by his name. Don't do that.
But they still do come up with stupid names though.
Oh, they do. They absolutely do.
Because remember his name was Kenji Muto is the Great Muda's real name.
Okay.
And you know what? And also this is something I didn't know. In Japan, he doesn't wear his face paint unless it's a big event,
Right.
Just like Finn Balor doesn't always bring out the demon.
Right. Yeah, it's got to be for a reason. You're not always the demon. It's that other side when you get pushed too far or when you're really putting on the pageantry. Because, like I said, up until a couple years ago, I watched New Japan every time I could get a hold of it. That's how I know, 2/3 of the people that are out now. But they do that. Like they would show like, oh, here's like these house shows or here's the weekly shows. And like they'd come out and they'd have like their normal jackets or they'd have their stuff like that. If they were in the Tokyo Dome, even the Will Ospreys and the Kenny Omegas, and even being foreigners over there, they wore dressed to the nines. They were dressed like their favorite anime character or their favorite video game guy from over there. They'd come out with like they'd come out with like Gears of War props or like whatever because you really put it on for the big show over there. And they do it over here too. Look at the
Yeah.
WrestleMania entrances and look at the special ones that people do for certain events and stuff like that. It's like you kind of save something for the big show. Shout out
But
Paul White.
after Damian Priest and R-Truth lost, Priest didn't attack him, did he? Okay, but you can see that they're planting the
shot it like
seeds.
he was going to. They were doing the
Yeah. You can see they're planting the
And I
seeds,
looked
and
and I was like, I swear if they do this right now,
it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Damian Priest is about to be turned to heel.
they should just mutually agree to part because that never happened. And that would be like they just go, you know what? We gave it
This
a shot.
isn't working anymore.
We gave it a shot. See you later. Let me know if you need something. I'm gonna go that way, and you go that way. And when you do that, like I'm like, hey, Truth, I'm gonna go this way, and we're gonna go our own separate ways. Okay, all right, dog. And so you see Priest go this way, and then you see Truth follow him, and you go, hey, oh, my bad. I thought I was going that way. And you're like, come on, man.
Yeah, they need to, but
That's
it's
what I
going to end
think
up
they should do.
turning. It's going to turn. They're going to turn Damian Priest heel.
Like I said, instead of well, I mean, technically they're heel. Instead of like going full blown by yourself heel because he needs to build up again, it's like I would put him back in the Judgment Day. He needs a boost. And they
It would
need
be.
the extra personnel because they're getting swamped right now.
It would be interesting to see if they did. It'd be a neat. Maybe Dom comes over there and says, "Hey, look, we need your guidance. We were wrong."
Yeah.
Or maybe even have JD do it so that Dom doesn't have to bow down.
Right.
Also over there, they've got a big storyline.
Or
I see for the
he comes in and kicks Dom out because maybe they have a match that he's going to take the leadership back over. Go, no, 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 no. I'm the leader of the Judgment Day. He goes, well, then I challenge you for leadership of the Judgment Day, and that's how Dom gets out.
that could help him. Last week, Chelsea thought she was going to be having to give up her title. She
I
just
was
has
about to
the
be
worst
so
luck.
mad. I was about to be
Yeah,
so
I was
mad.
going to. And luckily they let her keep her title. They said you have a month, which she'll be good in a month.
Hopefully. Like
It
Aldous
led
said,
to
wear a mask. Do whatever you got to do to get cleared in 30
yes.
days, and you're good. And she's like, okay. And then the first thing they do is have her friends get jumped, and she has to watch them.
It led to Zack Ryder getting his ass kicked by Gunther.
No, that was Matt Cardona.
Yes, same person, different name. Um, different personas. Yeah, Matt Cardone. But either way, he got his ass kicked by Gunther.
He did.
Um,
And he got paid.
yes,
And he
yes.
got to be on SmackDown for more than 2 minutes.
Which was, they said you got to take some chops, but here you go. You had what set up the following week. You had KO say, "Hey, CM Punk, next week I'm coming for that title." CM Punk said, "Let's
In
do it.
Toronto.
Let's do it." Which
Which is
led to the
what he's from Maryville, Alberta, Canada. Okay,
who
that's not
is?
Toronto, Ontario.
Oh,
KO. He's from Maryville, Alberta. I was trying to see if maybe he was close to his hometown, but that would have been Calgary then.
but Canada's Canada. You know that's how they feel.
I don't feel that way. Daniel feels that way. As somebody who has always wanted to visit our neighbors to the north, and no, I'm not talking about Tennessee. I've been there. I very much would love to go to Canada, especially to watch wrestling. I mean, MLW. Let's figure that out. People who don't think I keep up with MLW too. Hold on. Keep up with
He is
MLW because
actually
I just met Johnny Parisi
Johnny
for about Parisi.
Parisi.
Johnny Swinger, Johnny Parisi. You'd know him if you saw him. I have been following that guy for a long time. He used to wrestle in Carrollton for a long time.
It says that he is from Saint John sur Richelieu, Quebec, Canada.
Who, KO?
Yes,
He's billed from Maryville, Alberta, though.
but he was born in Quebec. Yeah, and raised in Maryville. That is correct.
Is Maryville in Alberta or is that Quebec?
It is a city in Canada province of Quebec. It is
Okay, so
located
it's
within the
Maryville, Quebec,
Rollville
Canada. Then
Region
okay,
County. Yeah, east of Montreal.
Montreal.
He is a
Okay.
French Canadian and Irish descent.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yes,
Yep.
it does.
I can see the Irish in him in his demeanor and in a good way. No, but see, Canadian fans, I want to get this right, because a lot of people would say, "Oh, Atlanta's the same as Houston. That's the same as Colorado." And no, not at all.
No.
Those are. I'll be honest. Atlanta and Savannah are completely different, and they're 4 hours apart.
Well, my buddies that I play Call of Duty with, who will be doing that later. We're playing the beta.
Who are
My
extremely
buddies
mad
that
at
I
me right now.
play that I play Call of Duty with, they say, "Hey Daniel, so you're from Atlanta, right?" And I'm like, "No, I'm 45 minutes away. I live in Carrollton."
Correct.
I correct
Correct.
them every single time. They'll ask me something
Correct.
about Atlanta. I'm like, I don't know. I'm 45 minutes away from it.
Oh man, I saw where you guys were doing this down there, and you're like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I thought we're Atlanta. No, 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 no. In
No.
fact, in fact, one of the things I enjoyed about moving another town over when I moved out to where I'm at now is that I'm no longer in the Atlanta metro area. So a lot of that stuff don't apply to me anymore. Now, I still say, uh, Buckhannon is where I'm at. You're in Carrollton. Buckhannon is my town. Atlanta is my city. Georgia is my state. In that order. That's the way that I view things. So I claim Atlanta as my city because it's the biggest city closest to me, but in no way do I consider myself an Atlantean.
Yes, nor do I.
Now, well, I may consider myself an ATLian, but not an Atlantean.
Yes, Outcast. You know what's up.
All the real guys know what that's
Um,
about.
yeah. So Kevin Owens and CM Punk ended up facing each other, and they gave them 30 minutes, and it was a good
I think there's
match.
real heat between them. They're probably playing up a little bit, but I'm really getting the vibe that CM Punk doesn't have a lot of friends.
It was, yeah, it was a great match though. Great, great, great match. Um, they went the full time, and when that ref bump was so obvious.
The first one was like an accidental. When KO decided I'm gonna double down on this, and I'm gonna not only double down, I'm gonna get three more hands out beside me at the table. That was hilarious to me. That was Kevin Owens style, where he's just like, no, 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 we didn't get him right the first time. We're gonna just cream him this time.
Sammy ended up coming down, did what he did,
I like what
and
Sammy did.
yeah, I mean, I did, but it's led to what I felt like was going to be being led to. Sammy versus KO is going to start back up. Um, this what I'm seeing is Sammy being a crybaby again, like he did over the United States title when he lost it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like he's like, oh,
It's legit
I
though,
shouldn't have lost that. It's almost the same storyline.
but it's legit.
Yeah, I
He
mean, I
got
guess.
royally screwed multiple times.
Hey, man, it happens. It
He did get to
happens.
be champion for like 10 minutes, so I mean that's more than a lot of people can say. But I just yeah, because they're not ready to move the title off of Punk, and they're not ready to put it on KO. So you have to once again find a way to move KO to something else, and you need Sammy to do something else too. So why not? I mean, honestly, you put those two, and then you need to do something with Gunther too, because Gunther would crush CM Punk if they went at it. So you move him into that, and you have the three of them just constantly in this little triangle over there, and let CM Punk beat Damian Priest or a couple other people just to get a few more wins under his belt, and then you take the title off of him.
Yeah, I guess, man. It's almost there's more interesting stuff going on outside of the title over there on SmackDown than there is inside. You got Cody and Randy, which is heating up. Um,
See, and
that's
that's the
getting
thing. The
interesting.
whole time Cody was champion, kind of lukewarm on it. They take the belt off of Cody. Okay, start to heat up a little bit. They take it off because of Randy. I'm in. I'm in. Take my money. Here you go. Let's do it. This is what I want to see. This is the Cody I want to see. We finally get to see the Randy I want to see. It doesn't have to be for a belt because that just muddies the waters up. Let the two of them beat the crap out of each other, old school Dusty Rhodes style, because this is like an NWA storyline all the way around.
And they're trying to lead it to they've mentioned back to back weeks, Cody, you're a good guy. Cody, you're a good guy. Um,
Which is Sammy's line. He's the last good guy.
well, I feel like they're trying to say,
Make Cody bad.
are they going to make Cody a heel? And if you do make him a heel, make it a real heel. Like make him the crowd is booing him because they're tired of seeing him. I want the crowd to boo him because he's doing messed up stuff. Like
He's the new John Cena. If the face of the company, the perennial good guy, and that's the problem. The reason why you couldn't move Cena all those years too, there was nobody to take over that spot. If you move Cody from being the Cena now, who's that unbelievable, Make a Wish guy, the guy who just is goodwill ambassador and doesn't, I mean, who is it? There's not
Solo.
anybody else up. Maybe that could be fun. Or LA Knight.
LA Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like
Why is he not pushed as the perennial,
you got
you know, Opie Taylor here?
Finn Balor right now. Baller.
Yeah, Balor would be a good one.
I feel like Penta. People, even though I've heard bad stuff about Penta, I've heard that
Really?
he does not. He doesn't like being bothered. Like he won't talk to you at signings. He's not a big fan of signings. I've heard some
Talk to
bad
me.
stuff. I've heard some. I'm just saying what I've heard. I've heard bad stuff about Penta.
He talked to me, and I was one of the few people in the entire building that didn't
I don't
speak
know
fluent Spanish.
how long ago was this that you met Penta?
2 years ago, year and a half ago, before he got signed with WWE.
Wasn't he? Was it
Whenever when it, this was
AEW?
they were in AEW. Phoenix was supposed to be on the card, but Penta stepped in instead because like a week or so before Phoenix was supposed to appear, he broke his leg or his arm. I mean, you can see the video, but I'll just tell you, it is
I'm
wicked
good.
the way he falls out of the ring. Yeah, you really don't want to watch it because he legit doesn't. He just looks down like, uh-oh. So yeah, Penta actually stepped in to take the booking when Phoenix got hurt. But yeah, he was super cool. Like, you stood in line. I got to take a picture with him. I bought the shirt, the one that's around there somewhere. He was, like I said, one of the few guys who doesn't speak fluent Spanish in the room, and he talked to me like we've been buddies. So maybe somebody called him on a bad day, or maybe I called him on a good day, but I'll defend him for the time I talk
Hey,
to him.
and that's what we base our stuff off of is our own personal experiences.
Yeah,
I've never had an experience with him, so I can't say that's neither here nor there. But when it comes to two of us, you've had the experience. I'm gonna back that he's a good person. Then
yeah. What if he's at an airport and he's waiting on his flight, and you go bum rushing him up there and trying to just, I mean, we don't know the circumstance to why, and maybe, like I said, maybe you caught him on a bad day, maybe I caught him on the one good day, but like you said, I can only base it on I was there, and he was super cool, super nice, had a smile on his
okay,
face.
well that's all that matters. Um,
And
trying to
more
remember what we was
importantly,
talking
he
about.
had
Oh,
zero miedo.
yes, zero miedo, zero shit.
Zero fear.
No, it's not shit. Yeah, I know. um, the whole Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton's going to be interesting. I'm wondering, is it going to end in Atlanta? I don't think so either.
what are
The
the
CM Punk,
classic Dusty Road matches? Like War Games, obviously, but not the two of them. And there's not enough people to do War Games there. What are the? Do you know what the end of their feud might be? Because this is a callback to both their dads. A bull rope match.
that
Because
would
it'll
be
be
interesting.
bloody. They'll beat the crap out of each other with those cowbells, and the two of them are going to do that at like Survivor Series or Royal Rumble.
That'd
If
be a
they were
great Survivor
smart, they'd do
Series
it.
match.
It would be. That's
And
the main event.
I feel like it would fit in the Survivor Series aspect
Yeah.
of it, like because let's think about what Survivor Series is. Survivor Series is
It used to be
the
really cool.
PL. It's the PLE. Yes, it did used to be very good. I'm one of those people that stands on that the late '80s and early '90s Survivor Series were the best Survivor Series when you had groups of four heels and a groups of four face. Like you had about four or five different matches. It was a random four, but like the Ultimate Warriors group painted up their face.
Yeah.
The Hulkamaniacs,
Sometimes
like
sometimes they did the random draw where you different teams, or they would say whoever the survivors of each match are go into a final
going to
elimination match.
yes,
And I
I
was like,
remember
that'd
that.
be
That's what I'm saying.
fun.
It used to be good. So, but the one thing about Survivor Series that we do know is that it happens around Thanksgiving. And what is it that happens at Thanksgiving? We're all fighting for the food. Perfect. Let's have a cow. Let's have a cow. A bull rope match.
Yeah, bull rope is
Um,
there. You go. WWE, you're welcome. If that should be worth the invitation right there.
there you go. Um, I'm trying to think what else. We seen the debut of what's her name that beat up Julian.
Blake Monroe.
Blake Monroe, yes.
She
We've seen
did make
her.
her in-ring debut by first jumping and attacking Julia and rolling her in the ring, beating her up more, and then leaving. So we haven't seen the official match, but just trust me that she learned a lot from Toni Storm and AEW in their feud that basically got her the WWE contract. And she's dialing into a lot of Toni Storm like things, the way she's twisting this character she has. And if so, it's going to be magic.
She seems interesting. Um,
Scary.
what else we got here? Oh,
Uh,
the we could talk about the United States title. So Trick lost his title. He got his rematch, and he lost his rematch. And then Trick came out there trying to get Baron to let him have another match. And Baron's
talk
like,
about
"No,
boo-hoo.
you've
Like
huh?
him
Yeah,
and Sammy are
yeah.
on
Trick
similar
is
levels.
crying.
My goodness, is he
Trick is
crying?
turning in. Trick is
Like
the
somebody,
black Sami Zayn.
yeah, somebody called Justin Timberlake because Trick Williams is crying up the river.
Cry me a
That's impressive.
river. So, but I like what they're doing here.
Yeah,
Um, next week, in order for Trick to get his, which I think that's going to be the United States Championship, was going to be in Atlanta. In order for Trick to get his chance, um, Lil Yachty's got to last 5 minutes against Baron Corbin. I would love to see Lil Yachty not last 5 minutes,
exactly. What if he
but
lasts 30 seconds? What if he lasts 4 minutes and 52 seconds? I think it needs to either be like over really quickly or he needs to like barely miss it to where Trick's like, what the
that's
hell,
what's going to
dog?
happen. I feel like he's going to, but I think he's going to get it. I think there's going to be a 3, but it's going to happen right after 5.
And
So
Baron turn and look real quick because you'll hear everybody counting down. Like maybe there's a big countdown clock and everybody's like 10, 9, 3, 2, 1. And he's looking real quick like, what happened?
you know what? I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna stand on it. Number one, I've always been a huge fan of Baron Corbin. I feel
Yeah,
like he's great. He's a great character, and I almost feel like he's legit a good dude too. Like his character out there is not him. I feel like behind the scenes he's a really good dude. I just
and
get that persona from him.
he is the number one seed of any wrestling personality. If you're ever having a backyard barbecue, he is my first invite. If you don't believe
I'm
me,
with
go
you.
look at his grilling videos. They are unbelievable the things he can make.
Well, I'm with you on that. So I say that to say everything that they're doing with Baron Corbin is the complete opposite that they're doing with Big Cass.
Yeah.
And it's because Baron Corbin is way better than Big Cass is.
I,
No, I got to stand on it. Baron Corbin, Big
I don't think
Cass went.
big. I don't think the gap's as big as you think.
Big Cass went to AEW. He had to go to a major place.
Oh, he went somewhere before there.
But I'm saying Baron Corbin
When he
just,
got fired at WWE, he went to TNA first.
well, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Baron Corbin said, "I'll see you guys later," and just went a whole bunch of little random places and had fun.
He went to MLW.
That's why he had fun.
Him and Dijak were the tag team champions, like some of the most dominant people in MLW for a long time. What else was there? Um, the way they're integrating Tatum Paxley is really fun. It's almost the way they brought
Yes, I
Alexa
love
in, but
that.
instead of being dark, it's dark, twisted, and fun. So it's like
She's
the fun
almost a
part of the
female
carnival.
Danhausen.
To a point. She's actually a really good wrestler. He's pretty good. But she's like weird, dark, twisted.
She's fun. I didn't know what to, I didn't remember. I didn't see her debut. You told me about it, and so my first impression of her happened this week,
Okay.
and I was like, I like her. I love her energy. It's dark, but it's fun.
Mm-hmm. And
She's
she's
like, I
another one.
need blood.
She
She's like, I
pulled
need blood.
a
Can I have your
she pulled
blood?
a Rhea Ripley, where years ago, Rhea naturally looks just, blonde
Blonde.
surfer girl.
Rhea was
And
blonde,
she's like,
yes.
everybody looks like this. Hold on, let me show this other side of me and embrace it and turn into what she is now. Tatum Paxley the same way. She was generic. I think her hair's brunette. I can't remember, but just generic girl on the NXT roster. She was a good wrestler. And everybody's like, well, you look like all the rest of them, though. And so she goes, well, let me show you this other side and twist it up. And it just took off.
Well, think about Alexa Bliss. When she debuted in
Same way.
NXT, she was a cheerleader, pom
She, was,
pom.
she had like 13 different characters she was before she finally ended up as the kind of
Finding
snotty
that.
heel that got her brought up. And then the Wyatt twist is what just set her off.
And I think that might be why Alexa kind of sees this other girl, and she's like, I
Yep.
see myself in you.
Pass that baton.
Yeah. Okay.
And go, why don't you take over being the dark twisted one? And you got Charlotte in the middle of it, like, I don't know, Lexi, she's weird, but if you say she's to hang with us, then I guess so.
Hey, look, I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, I'd rather have weird on my side than against me.
100%. We may look pretty straight laced and everything here. I promise you, we are weird people.
Yeah, I'm fucking crazy.
Like, people think I dress like the Peaky Blinders when I go to wrestling shows and when I cover events. I love wearing vests and ties and things. I just happen to resemble people that might have been in my family tree. I'm not purposely trying to be that. That's me.
That's who you are.
If you guys could see what I look like in high school, you'd be like, you could see the bridge. You're like, okay, well, these things look alike. What happened in the middle? We went down a rabbit hole. That's what happened. Same thing that happens with this show.
Yes, but it's cool.
Yeah,
And we have our fun.
we do.
I'm trying to see, did anything else happen on SmackDown that needs to be brought up? I think we talked about everything.
Yeah, I do say though that the fact that they're pulling Paige into with Tiffany and Chelsea, at least for the time being, tells me that they kind of scrap the Bella idea or they're gonna have her come in at the end or something, because it seems like
She
they just
did
dropped it.
mention, yeah, she did mention the Bellas, but
She
it was
also
nothing.
said, but I don't see them, so
Yeah, yeah. Um, so who do you think comes back first, Drew or Bronson?
probably Bronson. I don't know if
When
Drew is done with the movie he was on. Is the only reason I
when
say
does
that.
it or Naomi?
Bronson.
Okay. When does Bronson come back?
Safe bet, 2 weeks. I wouldn't mind seeing it this week. Today's Saturday? Saturday the 22nd. I say Monday the 24th would be a great time to have him show back up.
I say he comes back at Sunday night's main event. He's the
Could be.
reason. He's the reason Oba loses.
Or the reason he wins. You could have a DQ finish of some kind, because that also drives a bigger risk. I just thought of this.
Actually,
It
you
drives
know
a
what?
bigger
That makes
risk to where
sense.
Braun's like,
Is this
I'm glad to see you, but you need to stay the hell out of my way.
is this going to be the same finish that happened between Oba and Cody to keep Cody safe? Remember that match at a main event?
Was it a count out, or what was it?
The dude came in and jumped him.
It was
I feel like it
DQ.
was Gunther.
I think so.
But hey,
That's it. I say, if you're going to do it that way, have Bronson get in Braun's way and him just kind of look at him like, I'm good. I'm glad to see you, but stay the hell out of my way.
there's not going to be no beef there. You don't want no beef there.
Yeah, you do.
Nah, you can't have beef yet.
I
That's got to be that.
want Dom out of his faction, and I want Braun out of his faction, and I want to rebuild those factions, and it's going to make 4 completely new ideas. I'm not doing it to scrap them. I'm doing it to make both groups better, and I'm doing it to make both of them better.
Well, that means Braun and Austin Theory need to drop their titles.
as soon as there's another team on Raw, they probably will.
Bronson and Logan Paul.
Yeah, it wouldn't be bad, and have Theory as the single guy on well, I can't call him a single
Well,
guy,
no, Austin
as the
Theory.
the by him as
Austin
the
Theory
solo
turns
wrestler.
on him. He turns on him and helps them beat Braun. And when they pin Braun, the titles stay inside the Vision. But now it's on Brunson, and now Theory can go on his singles run and be the main leader of that group.
Yeah, I think that's the way to go.
All right. Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, a little over an hour at the moment, I think. I don't know exactly when we started, so that's why I was looking at the time and I was like, we're seriously trying to keep them closer to an hour, but we're also wanting to not cut any content. Like if we get into a good
Yes.
discussion, we're
Yes.
not going to want to kick that off, folks. And shout out to Ross from Georgia Wrestling History, who had these amazing shirts made. I forgot to tell him that I got it. So sorry, Ross. I did send you a message eventually. But these are popping, and these are awesome, and you're going to see these on a lot of shows that we do here at the network. We're at some point we're going to collab on some sort of merch. We're working on a lot of things to add to this show. Working on potential guests. There are either a lot of hoops or a lot of options, and so the ones we're further along with, or there's a lot of hoops, and yet there's more options. So we'll figure something out. We're good, and always looking for sponsorships, even local ones. If you want us to do a live show at your establishment, we can work on doing that as well. And if we do that, maybe we can pull in a local guest or so to promote everybody.
Local wrestling fan.
Maybe that too.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. That is that shirt? Is that somebody that where they do shows and whatnot, wrestling matches and whatnot?
What,
Is Georgia
Georgia
Wrestling
Russ?
History? Yeah.
No, when I write all the articles, when I cover the local shows, it's for Georgia Wrestling History.
Okay. 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 I was going to ask
Yeah.
you if
Follow them
anybody's
on
son
Facebook.
has the. I didn't know if anybody's son had to put up the ring for that.
No, I don't. I don't think anybody's son even made the shirt. So I feel like they did more than enough for what they needed to do, and just for the sake of staying on brand, I'm not sorry about all those chairs in the lake.
Yes. But it seems like I am going to have to help take down this ring that's in here. I don't want. I don't want nobody.
Because of the other ring in that room.
I don't want nobody saying that I didn't put my time in.
By the way, I've built enough rings between me and my brother. We built enough rings that that's you don't see me doing much of it either.
Now you got to take that one down behind you, my friend. Everybody looks like they're almost out of the arena.
Which one? I don't see one.
I have a feeling there's one back here somewhere.
Nah. Empty arena match. It was Terry Funk, Jerry Lawler.
Guys, watch old wrestling, man. Watch old wrestling. Watch Terry Funk versus Ric Flair when Terry Funk power drived him on that table. That was a big spot. Watch the Great American.
Watch the lights out match between Jerry Lawler and it was an empty arena match or lights out or whatever between Jerry Lawler and Terry Funk, and you'll understand what the phrase "my eye," why it just cracks me up every time I hear.
My, yes, yes.
It's one of the best, and there's nobody in the arena. There's the camera guy and there's them, and they fight for like 40 minutes, and it's the most compelling story you've ever seen.
You've got
And go to your local shows. Let's see,
yes.
Powder Springs GEW had one tonight. I think Deep South Wrestling had them all weekend. Hopefully, you go to the festival that's over there. I don't remember the name of the festival, or I would tell you. They've been all over. Next weekend, Franklin, Georgia. Buff Bagwell and Doc Gallows are going to be out at that one for a New Legacy. I'll be there. Saturday at Calhoun, NAWA Wrestling Champions, Frankie Kazarian, Avery Styles, Alexander Lev, Hunter James. It's a wicked card too.
That's a nice lineup.
And check out Georgia Wrestling History on Facebook, and they got a website too. It's easier to find on
Mostly.
Facebook. It tells you when all the local shows are in your area, or just ask Tapped Out Pod. They'll tell you. Just
Hey,
Father
come
and
here.
Son Wrestling Podcast. Any of those there, we tell you when all the indies are coming up. So go check out your local shows.
Yes, because that's how these shows continue to grow. That's how
Yes.
these wrestlers that you see now. That's how Zilla ended up being where he's at.
Yep.
He did pay his dues, different places. Um, there's a lot of talent that's not everybody can't be seen. There's not enough major wrestling shows. So there's a lot that's being missed because we're not
Mm-hmm.
going to the shows. Let's make sure we're going to
Right.
shows and helping these guys get the recognition they deserve.
Yeah. If nothing else, it's a fun couple hours, and you'll
Yes.
meet new people. It's fun. You get to meet people who like things like you do.
And the food there is good too. I like it.
I'll take your word on it.
Because I'll eat it up.
Well, I guess we have found the end of the show.
Yeah, that's it. We got Raw and SmackDown. I don't know when to be looking for us. Maybe we might do Thursday. These weekends, it really depends on. I know next weekend you got some stuff going on. I don't know about Saturday or Sunday. You got stuff going on Sunday?
Yes.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. As
Yeah,
always.
I am saving too many cities with a cape on, so next weekend. So yeah. Well, yeah, we'll figure it out. Like I said, we are going to work it. I mean, too bad we don't have one lined up now, but we'll work on getting guests. If there's things you guys want us to talk about or things you guys want us to get into more, say something. Just drop us questions, comments, suggestions. We usually see them on there. And next week we'll be talking. Next week will be a big one because no, not next week. 2 weeks will be the next pick'em, right?
Yes, not next week. It'll be the
Right.
week after is when we're talking
Right.
about the Sunday night's main event and who's going to be facing each other.
So
Kilo
WWE,
is
you have 2 weeks to invite us. WWE.
yes, Kilo is the current champion. He just won. Um, this let me see which one. This is the tag team title as well. That's one thing I did get a lot of. I got a lot of tag team titles from these things, which didn't make sense to me. Like okay, here we go. You know what? This is the one I'm giving away. For the first person that gets it, it's hard to see. It looks like it's the United States. Can you see it?
I see the word
Is that
champion.
yeah? I think it's the United States champion. I'm guessing. Anyway, that's the one we're giving away. United States champion. Kilo needs to win in two
Two more.
weeks and then win again at Money in the Bank.
And let's see,
And
he beat Carson in the second night. So Carson will also be in the rematch, and new number one contender Marco Price will is the other one. So it's a triple threat.
triple threat. And then all the other guys will be in for that number one contender match that will be happening at Money in the Bank. You'll get your chance at Money in the Bank. It's not going to be easy to get one of these.
No.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't know which one. When you buy these, it was like $3 to $5. It is what it is. That's our budget right now. You don't know which one you're getting when you buy them. So these were all random. I opened them all up because I was just curious what they had. We got tag team titles, and I'm going to be sending one to my tag team partner, so we'll both have a tag team title ring. And monies. I'm ordering the monies. Danhausen's monies. So
Human money.
the human monies. So just to make things, just because it's going to be so hard to get this, I think each week after the champion, whoever the champion is, I might send you some human monies
Or we'll figure out
because they're
something.
pretty.
We figure.
Yeah, we're gonna make it fun.
Maybe if you win the special ones, if you win the Money in the Bank, or you win the Royal Rumble, or when we do special ones, maybe we'll do something like that.
Okay, we'll figure it out.
I'm just trying
All
to
right.
save your postage bill.
Oh no, it's not even a big deal. All that's not a big deal for me. I'm not worried about it.
Just like a little pickle, it's not a big deal.
That's right, little pickle. It's not a big deal. That's right. I like that. I had to think about that one for a second.
Thanks, thanks for joining the broadcast. Already in progress. But all right, we're going to end on that note. While we're still not suspended, and while we still have to find new chairs. For my tag team partner, Daniel Snyder, I'm Jeremy York. This is the Backstage Jabronis. We'll see you guys next week. Deuces, gooses. Go watch wrestling.